Hello boys and girls, it's Miss Alia here again. It's time for us to do grade 5 mathematics. And just in case you're not feeling up to it, remember the words of Paul Halmos. The only way to learn mathematics is to do mathematics. So grab a pencil and a notebook, get settled because the show is about to start. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. Let's begin. You know, I like to start each lesson off with a warm-up exercise. For today's warm-up activity, we're going to be singing the Perimeter song once again. For this song, we're singing to the tune of The Farmer and the Dell. That tune that goes, the farmer and the dell, the farmer and the dell, hi-ho the aereo, the farmer and the dell. So it's the same tune, but the words are different. And while I'm singing, I would like for you to stand. That means get up from the chair, get up, stand on your feet, and let's do some action. Every time I say perimeter is around, we're going to spin. So whenever you hear me say perimeter is around, you spin one time. And then I'll say something like you add up all the sides. When I do sing that, you move your hands like this and you add all the sides. Are you ready? Let's begin. Perimeter is around. Did you spin? All right, let's try it one more time. Perimeter is around. Perimeter is around. Oh, don't you know perimeter is around? You add up all the sides. You add up all the sides. Oh, don't you know you add up all the sides? Were you ready? Did you understand? All right, let's try it one more time. Let's go. Perimeter is around. Perimeter is around. Oh, don't you know perimeter is around? You add up all the sides, you add up all the sides. Oh, don't you know you add up all the sides? Whew! That was a workout in itself, right? All right, now that you're all warmed up, it's time for us to dive into our lesson. So again, we're going to recap what is perimeter. Perimeter is the distance around a shape. Remember what the song say. Perimeter is around. Perimeter is around, right? And to calculate perimeter, we add up all the sides. That means we add the length and the breadth. However, in some cases, you may not be given the shape and asked to calculate the perimeter of the sides. Sometimes the question can come in the form of a problem solving. For example, suppose your family has a rectangular shaped vegetable garden. Mother asks you to measure the distance around the garden. At first you were uncertain and didn't know where to start, but then you remembered that perimeter is used to measure the distance around. Using a measuring tape, you measure the length, that is 65 meters. Then you measure the width, which is 35 meters. Therefore, what is the perimeter? So in this scenario, you were asked to measure the shape of a vegetable garden. And from the question, we know that that garden is shaped like a rectangle. However, we were given the length and the width. The length being 65 meters and the width being 35 meters. Since we're given the length and the width, we can assume that the two sides of the rectangle, which would be the width, both sides are measured at 35 meters. And the two sides that run horizontally, both of those sides are measured 65 meters. So to calculate for the garden, or the perimeter for the garden, we can use the formula method, which is perimeter equal to 2 times length and width. And that would be 2 times 65 meters plus 35 meters. And that would be 2 times, if we add 65 and 35, that would give us 100. So that would be 2 times 100, which would give us, of course, 200. Therefore, the perimeter for the garden would be 200 meters. We can also solve it another way by simply adding all the sides together. So we add 35 meters plus 65 meter plus 35 meter plus 65 meter. And that would give us 200 meter. So whether you work in the formula method or you add all the sides, you're supposed to get the same answer. Let's do another example to better understand how to solve problems based on perimeter. For example, Jack and his father have decided to fence their yard. The perimeter of the yard is 60 meter and the length is 25 meter. Calculate 1. What is the width of the yard? And 2. Suppose Jack's father purchased a fence layout that is 45 meter. Will that amount complete the task? Give reason for your answer. To solve this problem, we're going to dissect it piece by piece. Alright, so from the scenario, we know that the perimeter, which is the distance around that entire yard, is 60 meter. And we also know that the length is 25 meter, meaning that the length this way and the length this way would be 25 meter. However, the distance around the entire shape is 60 meter. With that knowledge, we can calculate the width. Let me show you how. First, we add up the total length. So we add up the length that we were given. So we know that one part of the yard is 25 meter and the other part is 25 meter as well. When we add 25 and 25 together, we'll get 50. Therefore, the width would be 60 meter minus 50 meter. All right? So we're taking away the two lengths that we know about from the overall measurement of the yard, which is 60 meter. When we subtract those two, we get 10 meter. So 10 meter is actually the measurement for these two sides of the yard, or in other words, the width. However, it does not stop there. Remember, we're asked to find the length of the width, one width, right? So we take that 10 and we divide it by 2, and that would give us 5 meter. Therefore, the width of that shape would be 5 meter and 5 meter. Boys and girls, we're not finished there. Remember the second part of the question. We were tasked to do another problem solving. Suppose Jack's father purchased a fence layout that measured 45 meter. Will that amount be enough to complete the task? And we have to give a reason for our answer. Okay, so let's dissect this and look at it in a logical manner. We know that the perimeter of the yard is 60 meter, meaning the entire distance around that yard is 60 meter. However, Jack's father, he purchased a fence layout, and that fence layout has to do to cover the entire yard, but it's only 45 meter. 45 is less than 60. Therefore, that layout will not complete the task. In fact, perhaps 3/4 of the yard would be covered and you have a little piece leave back because 45 is less than 60. The reason for our answer being, of course, that 45 meter is less than 60 and 45 meter will not cover the entire perimeter of the yard. Okay, boys and girls, thank you for tuning in to today's lesson. Remember, the only way to learn mathematics is to do mathematics. This means that even though our study time might be over, that does not mean you have to stop working. If you want to be successful at your upcoming exam, you have to continue to practice. Thank you once again for tuning in, and goodbye.